behind the wheel, Renee Turgeon, slammed into Davis's vehicle, and then they say it crashed into another vehicle. Turgeon was arrested on 11 counts of reckless driving. Luckily, no one was injured in that accident. New tonight, the former Broward County Sheriff ousted following the Parkland High School shooting is now suing over his removal from office. Attorneys for ex-Sheriff Scott Israel say a federal lawsuit says Governor Ron DeSantis and the state Senate deprived him of due process. He says they also failed to follow a special master's recommendation that he shouldn't have been suspended from office. DeSantis removed Israel earlier this year, deeming him incompetent after the February 2018 shooting. And the National Rifle Association is renewing its fight over Florida's gun age restriction. They want the state to continue selling guns to 18-year-olds, sending this statement, quote, young adults who are old enough to sign contracts, get bank loans, buy homes, go to war carrying firearms, and die for our country were being denied their constitutional right to buy a firearm to protect themselves and their families. Right now, there is no word on if this will actually be considered by the state legislature. Tomorrow, the state will call more witnesses in the trial of Mark Sievers, who is accused of hiring two people, including his friend Curtis Wright, to kill his wife. In court on Friday, the defense cross-examined Wright. They focused on the inconsistent statements Wright gave to detectives, including the fact that Wright didn't tell detectives about Mark Sievers' alleged involvement until he was ordered a plea deal. Wright said he lied to detectives because he wanted to protect Mark, Jimmy Rogers, and himself. Fox 4 is your home for complete coverage of Mark Sievers' trial. For our full coverage of this years-long case, you can head to our website, fox4now.com, or use the Fox 4 app. We're also putting the latest updates from inside the courtroom on the Fox 4 Facebook and Twitter pages. Well, Democratic presidential candidate and former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg will have his first political air tomorrow after announcing he is running for president.
And now he's taking on him to rebuild a country and restore faith in the dream that defines us, where the wealthy will pay more in taxes and the middle class get their fair share.
Yeah, that spot outlines the mayor post 9/11 in his battle against climate change. Bloomberg's ad spending will reportedly top $37 million. His entrance comes 10 weeks before primary voting begins. And House Democrats are preparing to advance their impeachment inquiry even as lawmakers return home for recess. The House Intelligence Committee could present its report to the Judiciary Committee after Thanksgiving break. Fox News' Mark Meredith has more from Washington.
The House Intelligence Committee has not scheduled any more impeachment inquiry hearings, but the committee's chairman says it's possible more witnesses could be asked to testify after Thanksgiving.
We view this as urgent. We have another election in which the president is threatening more foreign interference. But at the same time, there are still other witnesses, other documents that we would like to obtain.
Over the next few weeks, the Intelligence Committee is expected to compile a report detailing its findings. The report would then go to the Judiciary Committee, where members could choose to draft articles of impeachment. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says there's no guarantee that the House will vote to impeach, though. Fox is told there are potential articles of impeachment under consideration, including bribery, abuse of power, including intimidation of witnesses, contempt of Congress, and obstruction of justice. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says if the House does impeach, the length of the trial could last several weeks. The timing of such a trial could also have a major impact on the 2020 presidential race. This, as GOP senators tell Fox News, they're ready for whatever comes next.
I do not think that the allegations will be summarily dismissed. I think there will be a trial, and I'm in favor of doing it in accordance with due process and let everybody offer whatever they want to in terms of evidence.
President Trump says he welcomes a trial in the Senate, although the White House has complained impeachment is preventing Congress from working on other issues like trade. The president has also recently met with GOP senators and discussed how impeachment may play out. In Washington, Mark Meredith, Fox News.
Every woman knows you get this new outfit and you put it on and you feel amazing and you get the compliments.
Oh yeah, we know. And now that clothing could come with a new environmental twist. How a Florida woman is making luxury clothing affordable for just about anyone. Plus, a Fort Myers man says he's being forced out of his apartment, and it's all because of his religion. What he's doing now to stay in his home. Fox 4 News at 10. We'll be back in minutes.
$170.
Taking a look around our paradise tonight, we're talking about fast fashion, and if you haven't heard of it, you will. Women buying trendy clothes just for posting on social media, and get this, then they're tossing them out. And as Shannon Cake shows us, one Juno Beach fashion-forward woman saw the textile trash, but knows women love to look good. Yes, we do. So she started a business based on both.
Oh, I love that.
Bethany Sharp likes to help other moms feel beautiful.
Every woman knows you get this new outfit and you put it on and you feel amazing and you get the compliments.
And the likes. It's all about the Insta post and standing out on social media.
People want the look for less. We're posting all our photos. We can't be seen in the same designer dress twice.
So this is my outfit of the night.
While the Juno Beach business owner believes in sharing on social media, she also wants to make luxury affordable.
Why not rent? You get this designer dress for a fraction of the cost.
And is much more environmentally friendly.
Oh, well, what about this?
So much waste now because clothing is just overtaking the world of people wearing it once or twice.
In fact, research shows every American throws away about 70 pounds of clothing a year, and it sits in landfills.
New Yorkers alone send over 200,000 tons of textiles to the trash every year.
Brianna Beatty loves couture clothes, but also wants to protect paradise.
I hope that we as humans realize that we share the earth, we can share, fashions.
Brianna is a regular renter at Lady Jet Set.
Holidays, and it has pockets. So cute.
She says renting once helps the earth, but also makes a busy mom's life a whole lot easier.
It's a time crunch too. I don't have time to get something, go out, find something, get it altered, bring it back.
It's been surprising to see how women really are flocking to this idea.
A way to dress up, save money, and reduce waste. It may soon be a model for future fashionistas.
I love when she said it has pockets. I relate to that on a deep level. I know many of you do too. That was Shannon Cake reporting. Bethany says she has labels from $500 to thousands, but women can rent starting at just $60. Bringing it back here to the Cape Coral Yacht Club Beach is officially back open. This week, the city demolished the Yacht Club's pavilion. In this video, you can see crews putting the finishing touches on the beach before it opened. The Yacht Club says the pavilion just wasn't up to code and tearing it down was cheaper than trying to repair it. The demolition cost $15,000. And the first weekend of the 33rd Annual American Sand Sculpting Championship is in the books. But if you missed it, as photojournalist Kurt Tremper shows us, there is still a lot more fun to be had.
Hello from Wisconsin! We drove 24 hours through. Just as we got into Florida, it was probably 65, 70 degrees, and haven't looked back since.
It's the 33rd year of the American Sand Sculpting Championships here on beautiful Fort Myers Beach.
This is very amazing.
We have sculptors here from all over the world.
Everyone is very talented here.
We have sculptors from Russia. We have sculptors from South Korea, from Canada, the United States, the Netherlands, Italy, from literally all over the world.
9 years ago, my wife stumbled onto this event. We were here on vacation, and she entered me in the amateur division, and I won, and they invited me back at the next level, and I've just been competing ever since.
We do competitions for one reason and only one reason, and that is to do something that we want to do. Whether a sculptor is doing it for a competition or not, it's all about everybody coming in and just enjoying the event. I wish that every one of you we could give a medal, but you guys know how it is, right? In first place, Seoul Ryukin, John Geller.
People love it. People love it.
This is amazing, amazing, amazing.
Most people haven't seen things like this, and they just really enjoy it all.
The details that go into those sculptures never cease to amaze.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, and tickets start at $8. Kids 4 and under are free, and you can tune into Fox 4 Morning News on Tuesday morning. Stone, our anchors Chris Shaw, Amy Wegman, and meteorologist Trent Eric will broadcast live from the competition starting at 6 a.m. It's going to be a good time. A lot of people wanting to get out to the beach. What's it looking like out there,
Well,
Stone?
and Lauren Petrelli and I will be here in the studio.
That's right, holding it down.
Holding it down here.
Oh, yeah.
While everyone's at the beach.
Stone's
and,
like, don't forget about me and Petrelli. I hear that. that.
I love the beach. You know what? Not looking all that bad. If we can get rid of this red tide, that would be even better.
Right.
But at least weather-wise, well, how about 74 degrees beach locations? If you want to check out those sand sculptures, a light wind out of the northwest late in the day. Otherwise, a picture-perfect day here in Southwest Florida. Now, we had a cold front come in, so before the front came in, temperatures, well, they rised into the 80s, in fact. You can see temperatures in the low 80s, 80 degrees in Bonita Springs, and 81 Cape Coral, Fort Myers, 77 in Punta Gorda. In Charlotte County, front came through a little earlier, so temperatures, of course, not quite as warm in the mid-70s. Temperatures right now, though, look how cold it is. Wow, 57 Punta Gorda, Lehigh, 58 LaBelle, 55 in Port Charlotte. Only a few readings in the 60s from Cape Coral down to Marco Island, so you're going to need that jacket tomorrow or maybe a sweater. Storm Shield Doppler radar, hey, we're looking pretty good. In fact, the front is now to our south. Here are a few rain showers well off in the Atlantic. We're not worried about those, so we will stay dry overnight tonight. A few mid and high clouds coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, but other than that, we'll have a mostly clear sky overnight tonight. Here's the positioning of the cold front, pretty much right along the Keys. That will continue to move southward. For our weather, though, well, clouds to our west. May have a few clouds along the coast in the morning, but Monday afternoon looking really good. A lot of sunshine with a northerly wind, and that's typically what happens here in Southwest Florida. On Tuesday, things looking really good. A picture-perfect day Tuesday as well, and Wednesday starting out on the clear side. So that's good news. But again, we will have a chilly morning on Monday. 55 degrees, mostly clear with those cooler temperatures. Light wind out of the north and northeast. So planning your day, 7 o'clock, temperature mid-50s, 61 by 9. And noontime, if you have lunch outside, it will be pleasant. Temperatures right around 70 degrees. 76 expected Naples, 74 Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Port Charlotte. Just about everywhere in the mid-70s along the coast, maybe some upper 70s inland. Otherwise, look at the sunshine all week long. We've got a great week and a warm-up, in fact, right before Thanksgiving. This turkey was over on Thursday, but, you know, it decided to jump into Black Friday. It saw some deals. So temperatures, though, in the mid-80s on Wednesday. Thanksgiving Day on Thursday, 84 degrees, as well as Black Friday. Saturday and Sunday not looking all that bad, but late in the day on Sunday, a cold front's going to approach. I think the rain will hold off till Sunday night or early Monday morning, but for now, Sunday's looking pretty good with highs in the mid-80s.
I think that turkey just enjoys a good deal like you, Stone. Well, just when you thought Thanksgiving travel could not get any worse, now there are several storms all set to take a hold of different parts of the country right in time for the travel rush. We're going to tell you about areas you need to watch coming up next. But before we head to break, here's a look at tonight's winning lottery numbers. I hope you won. You're watching Fox 4 News at 10. Well, today marked an important milestone in America's space program. It's the successful splashdown of Apollo 12. Apollo 12 was the 6th staff flight in the Apollo program and the second to land on the moon. It was launched on November 14th, 1969 from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The mission came just 4 months after Apollo 11. Commander Charles Pete Conrad and Apollo lunar module pilot Alan Bean worked on the lunar surface for just over 1 day and 7 hours. 2 NASA astronauts were able to partially repair a cosmic ray detector. Get this, it's never been done before in the vacuum of space. It's a job NASA likens to performing open heart surgery. International Space Station Commander Luca Parmitano and flight engineer Andrew Morgan spent years training for the operation before launching in July. The AMS captures cosmic rays to learn more about the unseen dark matter that makes up most of the mass in the universe. So fascinating. Well, Fort Myers man says those at his apartment complex are pushing him to get evicted because of his religion. What he says he did that those who live nearby just don't understand. You're watching Fox 4 News at 10. Caught off guard.
Live from the station that's in your corner, you're watching Fox 4 News at 10.
Thanks for sticking around. Now on Fox 4 News, a Fort Myers man says he's being pushed out of his home at the Bonaire Towers because of his religious practices. Fox 4's Leslie Delaspore talked with him today to hear his side of things.
I feel very, very, very sad. I have to come back to be homeless again.
68-year-old Mamberto Real has been practicing Yoruba for all of his life, but he says those in his residence simply just do not understand his religion.
They has been victim of misinformation with respect to me.
Mamberto says other people at the Bonaire Towers complained about his public displays that led to a meeting with the Florida Housing Authority and the property manager. Mamberto doesn't like how it ended.
If they accuse me of criminal activity, I got no defense because I don't practice any criminal activity. What I do is everything related with the religion that I practice.
In October, he had 2 meetings with the Housing Authority about the non-compliance complaints filed against him. He told not only the Florida Housing Authority, but the property manager he was taking action because he did not break the law.
I filed an agreement because that meeting was plenty of prejudice against me.
Days later, Mamberto claims he got into an argument with a maintenance worker. Then he got an eviction notice. At this time, Mamberto says he just wants to go to court to plead his case. Leslie Delaspore, Fox 4, in your corner.
Thank you, Leslie. And Leslie also reached out to the Housing Authority today and was reassured by a receptionist that someone would get back to us as early as tomorrow. So be sure to stick with Fox 4 for any updates regarding this story. 4 continues to be in your corner. Speaking of this story, a dream turned into a nightmare. That's what some homeowners say happened to them after they trusted Rhino Custom Homes to build their dream home right here in Southwest Florida. For months, Fox 4's Rachel Lloyd investigated the contractor. She's talked to subcontractors who claim Rhino owes them thousands of dollars, and dozens of homeowners say the company took their money and failed to finish construction after promised deadlines.
From talking to other customers, I don't think anybody expected that this is where we would be at.
Well, in a special report you'll only see on Fox 4, we'll show you how those impacted are now taking matters into their own hands. You're not going to want to miss this story, and you can catch it tomorrow night on Fox 4 News at 10. Well, it's here. Thanksgiving week is upon us, and with it, one of the busiest travel days of the year. But 3 storms brewing across the country have the potential to complicate travel plans, just as millions of Americans plan to hit the roads and the skis for Thanksgiving. David Daniel has more.
Adding to the stress of a hectic holiday week, 3 storms brewing across the country, putting millions of Americans in the path of inclement weather. In the Northeast, freezing rain is expected to turn to snow early in the week. From Philadelphia to New York to Boston, heavy rain could dampen plans, while snowfall is expected to blanket New England, possibly as far north as Maine. In the Midwest, snow started falling on Friday in Denver. Rainfall in Chicago is expected to turn to snow on Tuesday. Parts of Wisconsin and Michigan could also see a round of heavy snow early in the week. But by Thanksgiving Day, much of the Midwest should see dry conditions. The National Weather Service predicts the storm system will clear out of the Midwest by Wednesday, leaving temperatures 5 to 15 degrees cooler through much of the region. But further west, a 3rd storm system is expected to bring rain to the coast. Snow could impact holiday travel in higher elevations. Mountainous areas of Oregon, California, and Nevada are under winter storm watches. Meteorologists caution that forecasts can change.